Hello everyone, Kaiser here, and today I'm back with another video, this time being a commission I did of Eren's Titan form from Attack on Titan. This was one of the first commissions that I talked about, and it's one of the commissions you saw in my previous video, so I thought it would be fun to show you the work in progress of how I made the figure and the figure itself. Luckily, I was able to get all of this done before I had to ship it out, which was good on me because I was worried I wasn't going to be able to do that. But I did. I think the figure came out great. The client liked it. So with that, let's get into the work in progress. So when it comes to the work in progress for this figure, there isn't much that I really need to talk about since Eren's Titan form is pretty simple, but it was still pretty fun to do, so let's get into it. The base body I used was a Marvel Legends Python figure, and the reason that I used this figure was because I wanted a bulky body for Eren's Titan form, since when it comes to Season 4 Eren, his Titan form does look a lot more muscular. And I'm not sure if that's exactly true. They could be the same from seasons 1 to 3 to 4. But the animation studios that worked on Attack on Titan, that being WIT Studios and MAPPA, did have different styles for the show. So I decided to go with the season 4 look. It was pretty simple. All I really did was pop off the head, the arms, the feet, and the belt. And then I spray painted the body white for the base coat, and then spray painted it a flesh tone, which I'm gonna say was probably the easiest thing to do, since I was debating like how I was gonna be able to color or paint the body that flesh tone, but I was able to find like this flesh tone spray paint at Walmart, and it worked pretty well. It was a lot easier than trying to paint it you know, using the acrylics. So after I spray painted it the flesh tone, I wait for it to dry, and then I went on to detailing the body, since I didn't want it to just be that plain flesh tone. At first I gave it a few other shades of like flesh and then I used a brown wash to give like some depth to parts like the torso, the arms, stuff like that, and it worked pretty well. And another reason I did this was because I wanted Eren to look just dirty and grimy, since again in season 4 of Attack on Titan, that is kind of the look they were going for, and I really liked that look. It made him look a bit more like a monster, which for season 4 Eren was pretty accurate. And after that, all I really did was replace the feet and the hands for some fists. And after that, it was on to the head. And I'm going to be honest, I wasn't sure how I was going to do the head, since none of the heads that I have were really going to work. So I asked my friend SilverMetal81 on Instagram if he could 3D print me a head, and he was able to, so here it is. It looks really good, and I'm glad that I was able to get this, since it helped a lot with this project, or this commission I should say. All I really did was drill into the head and place it on the body, making sure that it fit tightly. And then I went on to paint it, first giving it that flesh tone and the hair, which was pretty simple to do since it is just a dark brown. Then I mixed then I added some black into it, again for more detailing. The hardest part probably came from the eyes and the mouth. The mouth was pretty simple. All I really did was re-sculpt it a bit so that I can kind of see where I was working, since Titan Eren's mouth is very visible. So the only real part that I struggled with was the eyes, since I wanted to give Eren that, like, I guess like that whited out eye look that he has again in season 4, where they aren't really green per se, and they're more just like soulless. Again, I just really like that look for Eren. So that's what I did, and I think I did a pretty good job. And as you can see from this picture, I also added in like some scars and dirtied up his face, and I used this reference picture for that look, because again, I really like how it looked. And after that, all I really did was pop the body, or pop the head back on the body, and gave it I gave it some varnish to keep everything from chipping, and then I used some sealant, and that's all I really did for the figure. Not to say that it was easy, but it certainly wasn't the hardest figure that I had to work on. And again, I really like how it came out. So with that, let's get into the nitty-gritty of the figure. And here we have the completed Eren Yeager Titan form in front of us, and I have to say, again, it was a pretty simple custom to do, but it was also really fun, and I really like how it came out. I especially love how, like, just dirty and grungy I was able to make him look, and especially when it comes to the head sculpt, as you can see. I will admit that I could have made it look a bit more monstrous, but for what I was able to work with, I definitely say I pulled it off very well. You can see the 3D printed head is really good, and I'm really glad that I asked my friend Silver to make this instead of me trying to make it myself, because I'm pretty sure I would have failed. So I'm really glad I was able to get this head sculpt, and it came out very, very well. There aren't really any accessories, since it is just the figure itself. But I say for Eren in his Titan form, there's not exactly much that you could like add to him. I know there's a few things you could add, but if you just want a basic Titan figure, I say this is pretty good. So since there's not a lot to talk about, since I went through a lot of it in the work in progress, let's get into the articulation. As you can see, his head can go down and up a little bit, since the hair does kind of hinder it, and it can go side to side. The arms can go out about that far. He has a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, a wrist hinge, or wrist swivel, and a hinge. He has an ab crunch that can go about that far forward and about that far back. He does have a waist swivel. His legs can go out that far. They can go back just a little bit, out to the side. Thigh swivel, double jointed knees. They are a little hard to move, but it's doable. And his ankle can go up, down, and he does have a pivot. So it's standard Marvel Legends articulation, but again, it works pretty well. And for a bit of a size comparison, I'll stand him next to my custom Warhammer Titan. And as you can see, hopefully this guy doesn't fall. And a little bit. There we go. As you can see, they both stand at a pretty good height. I'm not exactly sure how tall the Warhammer Titan is supposed to be next to Eren, but I do like the fact that the Warhammer Titan is just a bit bigger. It just kind of reminds me of like an Executioner, and I think that works pretty well for this type of scaling. So yeah, like I said, there's not a lot to go into, but I do hope you guys enjoyed this custom Eren Yeager Titan figure. I'm really glad that someone actually commissioned me to do this. It was a really fun project, and I'm glad that it came out this well, especially with what I was able to work with. So I do hope that the guy who commissioned me enjoys this figure, because it would really mean a lot to me, since this is one of the few commissions that I've gotten. I'm going to be showing a lot more. But yeah, I'm just rambling at this point. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the figure. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.
If I'm opinion kind of like a mimic cat, so when you call me devil, well I feel demonic, and I'm dubbing the trigger, but think a lot. Reckless and don't give a shit about it. Only when it's about it, but vilified, so I eat up the beat while I swim a line. No turning back in the beast, barely thinking you're fucking with me. Spare me, I see you knock at the knees. Jelly, butcher, they coming at me daily. Should've never came to my wall. Marcel's they only jaw. Told you there's two ways out. You can take my mouth, you can stay my jaw. I already made a sacrifice. Now I'm in the class of bastard. Either way you'll change, you'll join the Jaegerists or stay resistant. Always come around and find your chest in where your face is twisted. What about Levi? How do you pet? What about Armin? What about Pet? Brother and Norman? What about I don't fuck with? Wait, what about Sasha? What about Ray? What about Mikasa? What about